Hello children, today we will study the poem Tiptoe Night. Okay, this is on page number 67. So children, this poem Tiptoe Night, the poet name is John Drinkwater. Okay, John Drinkwater. This poet John Drinkwater, he was a British poet and used to write plays also. Okay, and in this poem, that is Tiptoe Night, the poet describes the night, the coming of night, and he compares the night to a person. Okay, and we will see how he describes the night as a person. He uses the words which shows that he's talking about the night like a person, and that is known as personification when we compare something to the human nature. Okay, and so we will see how this figure of speech personification is used in this poem, how the night has been compared to a person. Okay, and it means the poet describes it like a person who is softly tiptoeing in. Tiptoeing in, children, means softly coming in. Okay, so first I will read out the poem and you will see the pronunciation and all, and you will try to learn in the same way. Okay, so Tiptoe Night by John Drinkwater. Tiptoe Night comes down the lane, all alone without a word, taking for his own again every little flower and bird. Not a footfall, not a sigh, not a ripple of the air, not a sound to reckon by, yet I know that he is there, and I count them as I wait, step by tiptoe, step until, hush, he's at the garden gate, hush, he's at the windowsill. Okay children, so this is a small poem. And tiptoe means what? Tiptoe means walking on toes. Okay, when you walk very quietly, when you want that somebody should not know that you are coming or going, whatever, then you walk on your toes. No, then walking on toes means what? That walking very quietly. Okay, walking on the tips of your toes, that is known as tiptoe. Okay, so walking quietly so that others could not get to know that you are walking, that is tiptoeing. Tiptoe. So the speaker in the poem refers to the night as a person, okay, who is coming nearer as it walks. Okay, and the night is walking, that person who is the night actually walking silently down the street until he reaches the gate. Okay, until he reaches the gate, and then from the gate to the windowsill. Windowsill, children, means the window frame, you can say. Okay, so the speaker calls him Tiptoe Night, why he calls him Tiptoe Night? Because he comes very silently. Okay, you will see in the poem also how it is mentioned, and without speaking a word. He comes alone because nobody is there with him. So the night comes alone, and as it comes, it covers every flower and it covers every bird with its darkness. When the light comes, it becomes very dark now, and unless you switch on the lights and all, you cannot see anything. So as the night comes, it covers all flowers and birds with its darkness. Okay, and each time he comes, he does the same, and he comes without a sound, and means there is no sound of footsteps, and not a sigh. Sigh, S-I-G-H. Sigh is the word. Sigh means what? A long deep breath that can be heard, like this you say na. Okay, this is called sigh, sigh of breath, we say na. So this night is coming very quietly. There is no sound of footsteps and not even a sigh that you can hear. Okay, and means there is and yet the speaker can sense his coming every time. The night is coming very quietly, no sigh, no footstep sound, nothing, but still the speaker can understand. The speaker can can understand or can hear when the night is coming. Okay, so in short, this is the summary of the poem. Okay, so let me explain you line by line now. So tiptoe night comes down the lane all alone without a word. Tiptoe, I told you, walking on the toes is called tiptoe. And it comes down the lane. Lane means what? Narrow street. In Hindi we say gully. Okay. So this night is coming all alone without making any noise, any sound, very quietly, slowly. It is coming in the lane. Okay. Why does the speaker call the night tiptoe night? Because the night comes without us being aware of its coming. Okay. And what are the expression the speaker used to describe how silently tiptoe night comes? It's saying now all alone without a word. These are the words that shows that the speaker is telling that tiptoe night is means coming all alone. Okay. Taking for his own again every little flower and bird. Okay. Taking for his own again. So this means that the night when it is coming, it is means it covers all the flowers, all the birds with its darkness. Okay, when it is dark, we are not able to see birds and flowers. That is why it is saying taking for his own again every little flower and bird. Means it is forming an envelope with its darkness and covering all the flowers and birds. So why does the speaker say that tiptoe night takes the bird and the flowers for his own again? Means that darkness envelopes or it covers the bird and flowers every night. Okay, and means they cannot be seen by us. And then not a footfall, not a sigh, not a ripple of the air. Footfall means what? Footsteps, the sound of each step. When you walk, there is some sound produced by your foot, right? So that sound which is produced by your foot is called footsteps. Okay, footfall. The footsteps sound are called footfall. So not a footfall, not a sigh. Sigh means, as I told you, a long deep breath. That is known as sigh. So the speaker is saying that not a footfall, not a sigh, not a ripple of the air. Okay. So when it is coming, there is no sound. It is coming very, very quietly. There is no sound. There is not even a sound of sigh. And not a ripple of the air means even though there is no sound, the air is also very quiet and there is no sound produced in the air also. But still, how does she know that tiptoe night is coming? Because she the speaker senses it creeping closer, or means you can say as the darkness spread, the speaker senses that the night is creeping in or coming. Okay. So if the night creeps in so softly, how can the speaker hear its footfall? The speaker can imagine that because it is dark and the footsteps creeping up to the garden gate, and after the garden gate it is going to the windowsill. Okay. Not a sound to reckon by. Reckon by means imagine, think. So not a sound to reckon by. Yet I know that he is there, and I count them as I wait. Step by tiptoe, step until. Same thing that I said, that means the night is, the speaker is saying that the night is coming all alone, the night is coming very quietly, it is not making any sound, and it is covering all the flowers and birds, and very quietly it is doing this. But still I get to know when the night is coming, because it can imagine the footfall, the sound of the footsteps as it enters, because the darkness spreads and the night enters the gate, and then slowly it comes and reaches the windowsill. Okay. Hush, he's at the garden gate. Hush, he's at the windowsill. So here the speaker kind of order us to do something. And what does the speaker order us to do? You can see in the last two lines that the speaker asks us to be quiet. 2 times the word hush is used. Okay, hush means what? It is a way of hush. We sing a shh. That is, so it is a way of saying be quiet. Okay, the speaker wants us to be quiet and is saying that the night has come. So he's at the garden gate. Hush, he's at the windowsill. So the speaker wants us to be quiet as the night is approaching the gate and then it is approaching the windowsill. Okay, so children, this was the poem all about, and you can see the means the repetitions that are the sound patterns that are used in the poem. That is, you can see lane, again, then word, bird, then sigh, by, air, there, wait, gate, until, sill. These are the sound, you can say the rhyming words that are used in the poem. As I told you that here figure of speech is used, that is personification. Okay, because the poet is comparing the night to a person, and you can see the words the night is referred to as person in such expressions you can see in the poem as taking for his own. His we use for person. Okay, for means for a man we use, for a boy, and here the poet uses the word his for night. So that means it is comparing, the speaker is comparing the night with a person. So taking for his own. Then footfall means what? Sound of the footsteps. The footsteps only means people can have, no, night cannot have footsteps, but still the poet has used this word footsteps. This also shows that the night is being compared to a person. Then sigh means what? The sound of a long breath. So that is also the word that shows the personification. Then he is there. He is there. He is used. That also shows. Then he's at garden gate. He's at windowsill. So that also shows that the poet is using personification, figure of speech, to compare the night with the person. Okay. So children, we will do the exercise part also. There is only one exercise. We will do that also. So turn the page number 68. Question answers you will get as PDF, and we will do this third one. Answer these questions. Part A, third one. Take the correct phrases about night. So 5 options are there. So first one is correct. Comes so softly that we don't know about it. This is the correct option. Second, comes slowly and does not disturb us. No, it is wrong. Bring along the birds and flowers. No. Stand without moving near the gate. No. Here, does not make the air move even slightly. This is also correct. So A and E are the correct option. Okay, first and last one. And then B part also, question answer is there. You will get it as PDF. Okay. Then the speaker describes the night as if it is a person. Find such example. Okay. Enjoying the poem also we can discuss, children. I'm just discussing it with you. The speaker describes the night as if it is a person. Find all such examples in the poem. So we know that the speaker describes the night like a person and the movement like a person's movement. Okay, and uses the pronoun he for night. Okay, so we'll see such examples like comes down the lane. Obviously it's like a person who is coming down the lane. Okay, so comes down the lane was one example. Then all alone is another example. Then not a sigh is yet another example. He is at garden gate. This is also one example. He is at the windowsill. This is also example. So we see the examples like comes down the lane, all alone, not a sigh. Third one, fourth one is he's at the garden gate, and fifth one is he's at the windowsill. Next one, words in use. There are many words and phrases in the poem which tells us how night comes quietly. Find the examples from the poem. Okay. So examples which is given in the poem that tells that how night comes quietly is all alone. Okay. Without a word, that shows that the night is coming very quietly. Not a footfall. Next one, not a sigh. Next one is not a ripple of the air. Next is not a sound to reckon by. Then next is he's at the garden gate, and the next one is he's at the windowsill. These are the examples that shows that how night comes quietly. Okay, I repeat, all alone, then without a word, then not a footfall, next is not a sigh, next not a this ripple of air, next is not a sound to reckon by, and next is he's at the garden gate, and last one is he's at the windowsill. Okay, then going further, what is the given? Think of 2 or 3 other things that come quietly without anybody watching them. Write them in your note. What can you imagine that what other things that come very quietly and they don't want the others to be, seen? They don't want themselves to be seen by others. Thieves, right? Chore. Thieves comes at night, no? And they come at night very quietly, and they don't want themselves to be seen by others. So thief, you can write. One example, common example that comes in a house is cat. Cat also comes very quietly, to lap the milk and all. So cat you can write. Okay, and then dawn, D-A-W-N, dawn, that is morning. Sun rises quietly and means very quietly becomes bright with sunlight, and there's no sound, nothing, very quietly it comes. So you can write dawn or morning. Okay, so children, this was about the explanation of the poem and also the book exercises. Okay, and question answers you will get as PDF, and that you will write in a neat and clean handwriting in your copy. Okay, and I hope you all have completed your first term and second term work in your English 2 copy, because anytime it will be collected. Okay, thank you.